Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Wandering Mist and today we're talking about the Ashes of Creation Mage skills for levels 1 through to 10. If you haven't seen it already, I have done the tank and the cleric skills in a previous video. Links up top for those. But for today, we're looking at the mage from a gameplay perspective. I'm not going to be talking too much about the animations because as we've already seen, those can be changed and they have already been changed for the fireball animation. So instead, I'm going to be talking about the gameplay, the things that I liked, the things that I disliked, and what I'd like to see from the class going forwards. Let's dive in. So starting off then with the things that I liked. For me, the standout skill is the prismatic beam. I love this. The fact that you're gathering all this mana and you're channeling it forwards in this giant beam, it's awesome. It also loves the risk versus reward aspect to it. So the fact that you're rooted in place means that you're going to have to think very carefully about how you use this skill. You can't just stand in front of an enemy tank and start channeling this because you're just going to get cut to pieces. So that risk versus reward gameplay is very interesting to me. The next thing I liked is the controlling of the mana with the Drain Essence skill. I like the idea of this, but I feel like it can be expanded on a lot more than what we've already seen. And there's also the problems with having infinite mana, which may happen in the future, but we'll have to see how that turns out with the balancing. That will happen later on. Finally, I do like the idea of the black hole. I like the pull-in of type CC abilities rather than just a stun or snare, because they can really have interesting potentials, synergies between different spells and different classes. So that's really cool as long as they use it right. So things that I disliked about it. The first thing is the emphasis on fire. The Fire Mage. Everybody's seen the Fire Mage. Everybody's done the Fire Mage. It's been done to death and it is boring, man. I'm so sick of this. I'd much rather they hone in on something completely different for the mage. Like, be a bit more creative with it, because fire, it's been done so many times. It really has. I'd like to see them branch out away from that a little bit more. The other main concern I have is, at the moment, there doesn't appear to be any kind of gameplay flow. We're just ticking boxes with these skills so far. So let's see, we've got our single target spells, we've got our AoE spells, we've got our crowd control spell, and we've got our mobility spell. Cool, that's our mage, sorted, job done. Now, come on, we can be a bit more creative than this. We can really think about the gameplay flow a little bit more. So that brings me on to what I'd like to see going forwards. I'd like to see more synergy between the abilities, even if it's just as simple as Lava Storm dealing more damage if the target is burned. So immediately you have a synergy between the Fireball, which provides a burning effect, and then the Lava Storm. You'll want to apply the burning effect and then do the Lava Storm. It makes perfect sense. Can we not have something like that? Even that at the early stages, I'd rather have that than a whole host of abilities. Give us some synergy to work off and make the gameplay more about the synergy between the different abilities than just use this ability all the time for this case. Subject of creativity, I'd also like to see them expand outwards when it comes to controlling of mana. This is the mage, the master of controlling essence and controlling mana in the world, and yet that's not really exemplified in the gameplay so far. So how about gameplay where the mage has to control not only their own mana, but their opponent's mana to deal the most damage? How about a spell that deals damage, or add effects based on how much mana the target has? You want to snare somebody? they have to be at, say, 25% mana. You want to stun them, they have to be at 50% mana. Something like that. That really makes you think about how much mana everybody has and work off that. Also, I'd like to see the ability for the mage to be able to convert spells to different types of elemental damage. Intrepid have said that there will be different elemental types and elemental resistances. So, let's say you're coming up against an opponent that has high fire resistance. Cool, you can change your spells to be an ice type or an electric type instead. Something like that to really make the class more versatile in combat would be very, very cool to see. But I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on the mage. So put a comment down below and let me know what you think of the mage skills that we've seen so far. Anything that stood out to you from the gameplay perspective. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe because I will be doing more skill reviews when the other classes get revealed in the future. Aside from that, guys, have a fantastic day and I will see you next time.